So I was
Yeah.
very happy to get an opportunity to add. Was shooting for Delhi Crime season 1, a very emotionally immersive experience, friendly relationship. तो अभी तक मैंने कोई lip sync songs देखे नहीं हैं.
Hi Rasika, welcome to Box Office India. How are you today?
Very well. How are you?
I'm also good. How have you been spending the lockdown? I mean, it's just keep on extending. It's just keep extending. How do you feel about it?
Actually, I'm not so surprised about it extending when we locked down in March. I knew it was going to be for a very, very long time. My guess was August. I had
Yeah.
guessed August at that point because things were pretty bad, and I think it was a little uh, uh, naive of us to think that it would only last for 20 days or 1 month.
Yeah.
So I was prepared for it for the long haul. So that
Yeah.
made it easier, I guess, because I knew I had to space out what I was feeling over a long time. But of
Yeah.
course, now it does seem sometimes it does seem that is this going to be the new normal, and that becomes a little scary.
Yeah.
Because even though I had prepared myself for a few months, I don't think this is how I want to live the rest of my life. But
True.
uh, yeah, but it's been okay. Yeah, it's not been as hard as I had imagined. Of course, there is a lot of concern about what's happening in the world, and it is going to be difficult for everybody. And now more than ever, I feel, because I think we are only going to begin to feel the impact of all that happened in the last 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah.
The desperation of people losing jobs is going to actually happen now. And every time you get a call from people you worked with before, and they say, "Ma'am, पैसे नहीं है, काम नहीं है, आप help कर सकते हो." I mean, you want to help and you're there for help, but you don't want anybody to be in this position where they have to make that desperate call. That is really not. That's not the kind of dignity that you want people to live with, right? So,
True.
yeah, it's worrying what's happening to jobs, to lives, to the economy, therefore, and all that is there. But I think I've been fine being at home, not going out. That's one aspect of it which hasn't bothered me much so far. Of course, I've had my moments where I've felt a few pangs for that, but there's been a lot of work from home as well, and
Yeah.
there's the do at home when there is no work per se also, and those were
Yeah.
some of the things that I wasn't getting a chance to do while I was working in the last 2 years, which was pretty much continuous. So I think I was happy to utilize this time to do all of that.
Wow, nice. That's great. And coming to your work, I think if I start to count what all projects are coming, I think the list will keep on increasing. I mean, I was talking to the PR and she's like, listen, have you written down this? Have you written down this? I was like, yeah, I have written everything. I know what she's in. So that's so good. And let's just first talk about the recent, like the release that's gonna happen, Loot Case. That film is like I've seen the promos. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, and I think right now we need that kind of film. So, how was your experience being a part of this film?
I mean, as you rightly said, I'm actually happy that Loot Case is releasing at a time like this because, like you said, we could all do with some cheer in our
Yeah.
lives at this point, and I'm happy that I can be a part of something which is contributing to that cheer. For me, Loot Case was a very different experience. I don't usually get offered parts in a film of this genre. The comic space has been something that I haven't had much experience with in film, even though I have had experience with that in theater. So I was
Yeah.
very happy to get an opportunity to add something more to my basket of variety. That was interesting. And also, I think it came to me at a time where I was really seeking something which was lighthearted because I was shooting for Delhi Crime season 1 at the time that I read the script of Loot Case. And I
Yeah.
really felt I could. Delhi Crime season 1 had been a very emotionally immersive experience and a very beautiful one. But I really felt like after that I could do with something lighthearted. And I was very happy that Loot Case came at that time. So,
Nice.
but like all of us know, a light-hearted का ये मतलब नहीं कि काम नहीं करना पड़ता है.
True. True. True.
So it
So
was
also like.
work.
So yeah, as we were talking about your character Lata, so you're getting into this middle class working woman, and you've just like been into it. Like we can feel, we don't see Rasika, we see Lata. So how do you do that? I mean, switching from one character to another. it might be difficult, and you've been doing so many projects. How do you manage to do that?
With Lata, actually, I have to say thanks for that compliment first. But with Lata, I have to say that I was constantly worried that I'm not in that zone, because when you work on something which is in the drama space, there are indicators to you that things are working, because you sort of have a feeling about something, you've exchanged something special with your co-actors, something happened that made you feel that, okay, I'm contributing to this in the way that I want to. I'm invested in this. It's working. I think I'm being that person. I'm being able to be a person who I am not. But in comedy, it's very difficult because things are quite difficult. It's about timing. In this situation, I was like, I wasn't sure if I was getting it right or not. I still am not sure if I have. I have actually not watched the film because because last year they had a screening for the cast, and I was out of town for 7 months last year. I was shooting outside of Bombay, so I wasn't around. And by the time I came back, it was lockdown, so we couldn't watch it. And now, because of it releasing online, they have extremely strict policies about who they can share links with and not. So, I mean, they're very careful about how things go around online. So I haven't had an opportunity to watch it. But I've seen clips, I've seen things in the dub, some things working, and I've seen some of the trailers that, as you might have seen, which have released. And I do feel that I am seeing myself in a different light. And I'm actually not sure how that happened. I mean, I think my contribution to it, without taking credit away from my contribution to it, I think would be that I totally submitted to Rajesh Krishnan as a director. He was very particular about what he wanted, So like some directors sort of let you be and they say, you do what you want and you tell us what you need. And some have a very particular vision in mind. So Rajesh had a very particular vision, and I was only trying very hard to deliver what he had asked for, So my main preoccupations during shoot was that, and I hope it has worked. Even I don't know if you've seen the song clip that has released.
Yeah, I did.
The beginning of the song starts with me, calling out. That I felt was when I watched it, and I really felt that there was something to this character. I'm doing something which I haven't seen myself do before. So even I had that feeling, and I felt quite happy about that. But I think it was primarily from Rajesh's direction, that even also from the writing. I think if you trust the script completely and you try and actually just efficiently deliver what the script requires of you and what the vision, and try and understand what the vision of the director is, I think it makes you do different things. Otherwise, as actors, I think we tend to fall into subconsciously, unconsciously fall into ways of talking and being that are most comfortable to us. Even if we're trying something else,
you pick up some
subconscious so much that your body, I think, decides to do things that it's used to doing. Even though you might in your head tell yourself, I want to do something different, it tends to happen. So I think it's really the vision of a director and the writing of a script.
I think like the relationship between the director and the actor is most important. Like that, if there's no camaraderie between the two, you can't make a good film. So I think you had that kind of a relationship.
Interesting dynamic, actually. It's not necessarily always camaraderie which works. Sometimes with the director, and somehow their creative vision doesn't really align with yours. But even then, if one chooses to submit to the other, I think it still works. It's not always that it has to be a very friendly relationship. I mean, after all, we're all trying to. This is something that all of us do professionally. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like that for the piece of work to turn out well. But it's always an interesting relationship. I always keep observing the relationship between a director with an actor, and of the same director with me versus another actor. Quite an interesting dynamic, and it's a difficult one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like one of the most important things in a film. Also, I was reading an interview and you said that with Loot Case, you also got scenes where you could dance and you could do so much more. So, how is that? I mean, being on a set, dancing to a song, how is that for you?
I have to say, I felt very happy about it. I was like, I was thinking that, the kind of work I have and the kind of work that tends to come my way is largely films which don't have lip synced songs, if they have songs at all. And series space में तो अभी तक मैंने कोई lip synced songs देखे नहीं हैं. So I think that it's, so I was beginning to think that maybe in my career I will miss out on this quintessential Bollywood experience of being a part of a song and dance number. So I was very excited about that because I felt it was another check on my list of experiences, of varied experiences as an actor. And I enjoyed doing it actually. I was always one of those people in school who was in a part of the dance team. But when we shot for this, I hadn't danced for a while. So that nervousness was there a little. But Adil Sheikh and his team of choreographers, they were just very, very lovely. And they're so used to working with people who dance much better than I do. But they were still so sensitive to my need for rehearsing something over and over again. They were very patient, encouraging. They were a very, very good team. There's this girl, Alicia, who was taking care of me, and she was lovely. She's a brilliant dancer herself, but also a very good teacher. So they were very nice.
Great. Seeing your graph and seeing the characters that you played, I'm personally very excited to see you in Loot Case. But we will not talk about Loot Case anymore. There are so many projects and so little time to talk about them. Let's come to Suitable Boy. Suitable Boy it's beautiful. The trailer is beautiful. It's already released internationally. Now it's coming on Netflix. How does that feel? I mean, do you feel that it could be a theatrical release also? Like, would that make a difference? Like
it's
in theater?
It's a 6-part series. So theatrically to release a series is something that hasn't happened so far. So the only time I've seen the series work that I've done on a big screen is largely at screenings. And also Delhi Crime premiered at the Sundance Film Festival before it came to Netflix. So that's the first time I got to see a series on a big screen. So I haven't heard of these releasing in theaters so far. I think it's a tough thing to do.
But the kind of, do you think that it could be made into a film and then released in theaters rather than a series?
A Suitable Boy?
Yeah.
A Suitable Boy actually lends itself very well to a series format because it's a really thick book. It was hard enough to get all, and I think it was very hard for Andrew Davies, the screenplay writer of A Suitable Boy, to adapt it into a screenplay. And if he hadn't got somebody as experienced as him, he's the master of doing this. He's done these previously, and so much credit as somebody who can adapt a book to a screenplay. So I think that was a very, very tough task. To make it into a film would be even harder. So there's so much you would have to lose from the book. So I think it lends itself well to a series format.
Okay. So what is your character in Suitable Boy about? What role are you playing?
I play Savita, who is Lata's sister. And Lata is the girl who everybody is looking for a boy for. And the book starts with Savita's wedding. And Savita is a very interesting foil to Lata because they're two girls who are brought up in the same house but have chosen very different ways for themselves. So Savita has made very traditional choices in the framework of what was considered traditional in 1950s India, but still very empowered. So I think she's an interesting character for that reason, because very often I always feel that in our understanding of feminism, we tend to think that empowerment is is making decisions which are outside of the traditional framework. I don't believe that. I believe it's the ability to make a decision, the ability to make a choice, in my opinion, is empowering, and not what that choice is. You know, so I've always been interested in playing characters who might have made traditional decisions, but have chosen to be very empowered in those situations. And for example, Safiya Manto is another character who I feel was like that.
That's great. I mean, I think that's why people love you so much. I mean, you're one of those actors who we know that you're on the screen and we will love you, and we love the character in the movie. We will love it. So I think that's great. Also, coming to the dubbing, I think you dubbed for Suitable Boy at home, and now you're dubbing for Mirzapur too. So going to a studio and doing work right now in this condition, does that feel a little skeptical? Are you scared to go outside, step outside?
A little nervous. But I think the producers made it easier because they were very open to talking about what makes everybody feel safe. Because everybody has their own idea of what is safe or unsafe, and every week or every day you read something new and you feel, this is the kind of precautions I should take. This is what I should do when I'm in a situation like this. And everybody has read their own thing, so everybody has their own idea. So I called up the producers and I had a conversation with them about what me feel comfortable, and they were very open to accommodating all of that. So I think that made it easier. But having said that, the first time I went, I did feel nervous. So I have a little basket that I carry a disinfectant and some tissue paper and other things. I wore a shower cap because you have to wear headphones, and you don't know where all the headphones have been before this or what is resting on what. So I don't know what is paranoid and what is being careful. Those lines are all different for everybody. So the first time I did feel nervous, but I got used to it quickly.
Okay, great. Like the releases, like Loot Case could have released in theater, but it is releasing on digital platform. The reaction that you'll get, like the live audience reaction is different, and the reaction that you'll get online is different. Does that somehow affect you at all?
No, I think there are a lot of advantages to releasing on an OTT platform, and I think for now, because that's the only option, that's what I want to focus on. What else is there, But I think that the idea that OTT platforms, at least right now, don't chase a number. So your film is not chasing a number; it's competing with it's competing for audience feedback, which is something that I've always wanted for my work. And it's something that most of the work that I've done has always had. It's never been about the numbers that piece of work gets. So I think that's nice. That's healthy for a film. I also would think that it's not, the film is really not competing for screens and times with other films that's releasing at the same time. So that's another thing that I feel is healthy. I mean, in one sense, on the OTT space, there's room for everybody. And or one other way of looking at it is you're not really competing with the films that you're releasing with, but you're possibly competing with everything that's out there. You're possibly competing with a video on YouTube, So what somebody chooses to watch. So those are, I think that's a good thing, that you're not competing for screen times, that your film is there to be watched, and if somebody finds it and hears about it, there's a place that they can go to easily and watch it. So that's good. So those are the advantages of an online release. And also, it's not, fate of your film is not being decided on over a weekend. So really, I think it takes a little more time for OTT platforms to figure if the film has had enough of viewing on. But I'm very glad that they don't release those numbers, and I hope it remains like that.
Let's hope that too. So I'll sum up. You have Loot Case, you have Mirzapur season 2, you have Delhi Crime season 2, you have Lord Curzon Ki Haveli, and A Suitable Boy. So we are going to see a lot of you in the coming months. Are you doing something else apart from this so that we are prepared?
Well, all of these others I've shot for. Lord Curzon Ki Haveli, I have to start shooting.
Yeah.
So that I don't know will happen when.
Stopped due to the lockdown, right? I was talking to Anshuman once. He told me.
We were supposed to leave on 17th March, and we didn't because things were already bad in the UK at that time. Even though we had lockdown happened on 24th, right? So
yeah, let's hope that you start shooting for that film soon, and we see you more and more on the screen.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.